The X32's easy-to-use, intuitive interface makes routing your I/O sources a breeze thanks to its powerful routing capabilities. With so many I/O sources, it helps to break them into categories. First, we'll take a look at the onboard input-output options. The local inputs refer to the 32 Midas-designed mic preamps, which accept mic or line-level signals. The analog outputs refer to the 16 XLR outputs. The X32's I/O also includes 6 auxiliary inputs and outputs on quarter-inch TRS jacks, with the option for RCA jacks on 5 and 6. Great for patching your favorite outboard effects. The remote I/O comes from S16 digital stage boxes or additional X32 consoles using AES-50 networking protocol across Cat5 cable. So how does routing on the X32 work? By default, the 32 onboard inputs are separated into banks of 8 and controlled by faders 1 through 32. Inputs 1 through 16 appear on layer 1, 17 through 32 on layer 2, and auxiliary inputs appear on layer 3. You can easily assign any of the onboard or remote inputs to whichever block of 8 faders you like. Route external inputs to the faders by selecting the corresponding block of 8 inputs on AES-50A or B. Press the rotary encoder to set the routing. On the Analog Out tab, you can select which output signal to route to each of the analog outputs. You can also set output signals as pre or post EQ and pre or post fader. Another handy feature is the output delay setting, which lets you enter the speaker delay by distance or in time increments between 0.3 and 500 milliseconds. Auxiliary output routings are configured the same way. The X32's Ultranet port sends 16 discrete channels via Cat5 cable to any Ultranet-compatible peripherals, such as the P16 personal monitoring system. On the P16 Out tab of the routing screen, select which category and output signal you'd like to route to each of the 16 digital outputs using the rotary encoders. The X32's XUF card routes 32 inputs and outputs to and from a computer via Firewire or USB, making your X32 a powerful recording interface for studio and live recording. It also provides the pathway for utilizing your computer's plugins for additional signal processing. Check out our video on Wave's multi-rack integration for more in-depth information. Routing pre-recorded tracks through the X32 can also help you virtually soundcheck before the performers arrive for final adjustments. On the Card Out tab of the routing screen, select which input sources to route to your XUF outputs using the rotary encoders. Route any of the onboard and remote inputs or the P16 digital signals to your remote outputs using the AES-50A and B tabs. For example, if you plug your stage mics into an S16 digital stage box, the signals are routed to the X32. Master and bus mixes can then be sent back through the same Cat5 cable to the S16's analog outputs to feed monitors and mains. You can also send 32 channels of audio to another X32 as a digital split. An example of this would be one X32 on stage for monitor mixes and one at the front of house. All inputs from the onstage X32 are routed via AES-50 port to the front of house console, where they're mixed and routed back for distribution via the stage console's 16 analog outs. Routing this powerful has never been easier or more flexible. Do more and compromise less with the X32, only from Behringer.